I heard a rumor that you opened this last night. Went to John's place and you listened to it last night.
No.
I almost felt like I'm being cheated on. I have been waiting years for this, and now it's finally here.
For the last 52 years, Audio Research has been dedicated to creating exceptional performance and long-term value. Introducing the all-new, much-anticipated, handcrafted in the city of Minnesota, USA, here is the Audio Research I50. Audio Research claims the I50 takes music listening to a whole new level. Let's see, or should I say hear, if they are right. Welcome to Hi-Fi. I'm Marcos, this is Kurt, and today we're talking about the Audio Research I50. The new Audio Research I50 features 50 watts per channel, featuring matched pairs of tubes, two 6550 WEs per channel, and two 6922s. The i50 also has a phono stage built in, featuring both moving magnet, moving coil compatibility. It features two RCA inputs, with one of them being a pass-through, if you wanted to use it just as an amplifier, and also a balanced XLR. The Audio Research i50 is priced at around $5,000 USD.
The overall looks, I think it's going to be probably one of my favorites. I like how you can get optional colors, everything from red, white, and black that you can get for this. Another neat thing that they really added to this is the Lexi tubes. That display, seeing the numbers on the volume and the source, I think is an amazing touch and a brilliant idea. The volume controls, they're built really well because it looks like it's aluminum. The only thing I do wish that was a little bit more of heft to the feel of it.
I think the i50 is a stunner. I really like this Cerakote finish. A lot of bicycle components also feature this finish. It's super tough. I also like how they finished the periphery of all the tubes in the same finish as the chassis.
I'm staring at this thing too much. Just kidding.
The other thing I like about the i50 is the nice billet aluminum remote that it came with. Super nice and easy to use. Overall, performance-wise, the i50 did not disappoint. I love how big the bass sounds with it. The mid-range is really well detailed and clean, and the high frequencies just have a beautiful sparkle to them.
One thing that really stood out to me in this amplifier is actually how low the noise floor is. They're quite known to have that Audio Research, and just as a test, we stopped the source, cranked up the volume. You can barely hear anything. You have to put your ear up right up to the tweeter to basically even notice any kind of distortion. What I like about Audio Research is that it's a nice blend of adding that harmonics of the tube. However, it's still got that kind of more dynamic, snappier, little lower coloration type of as a solid state. And I think the balance between those two is why I like it so much.
When it came to our classic dB test, the i50 performed quite well. Listening to around 60 decibels, normal conversation level, the i50 had this amazing presence, I thought. It has a lot of really nice bass, a beautifully pronounced mid-range, and nice detail on the highs, I found.
So I agree with you on the low level listening. It's it performed outstanding. It still has this just wide open feeling that when we're listening to a lot of the music there and the live songs, it still created this nice sense of space. And on the higher level, as what to be expected, I would say comfortably, I think 82 dBs with this speaker was kind of at its peak. Also, when you're driving it kind of like really hard up into the kind of anything past that and going to like the 87 dB plus, you can really start the bass starts is not as controlled. But overall, if you have a little bit more sensitive speakers, you can easily gonna reach 85 to 88 dBs, which is more than enough for most people.
When it came to listening to the I50, we listened to all kinds of music. Like Kurt said, I may have taken it home to listen to before the review as well. The 2 songs that stood out the most, Dead Can Dance, Rakim, a live performance. What I loved about listening to this song, it felt so holographic. The bass was extremely well detailed. It just seemed to like roll right into me. Right at the start of the song, it's pretty quiet, and then the song starts developing. There's a cymbal that they hit, and it is so clear and detailed. Another thing I noticed with this song was the Thai guitar is extremely well pronounced, and when you close your eyes, you can really pinpoint, hear every single instrument on that stage.
When listening, I mentioned on that 3-dimensional, it is very holographic. That's one of the very first things that stood out. When they were playing the hammered dulcimer, you can get really good idea of space, that they were playing quite deep in the background. And the moment that Brendan Perry started singing, it created this illusion of space in the live recording. And as soon as you heard anybody that were clapping, especially at the beginning, you could really just get this, gives you culture that impression that gives you just this really live feeling. And I really it just was such an enjoyable experience when I was listening to this amplifier.
The second song we listened to was by Deadmau5, Imaginary Friends. We wanted to hear this song just to see how well it would perform. I thought the I50 handled it extremely well. The bass was really nice and impactful. When it came to the mid and the high frequencies, they were still very nicely detailed and presented. With a lot of the electronic effects in this song, I thought the I50 really brought this like 3-dimensionality to all of them.
I'm really glad we listened to this track. One thing is usually a lot of times you associate electronic music with powerful solid state equipment. And in this case, I think this audio research still did a really good job. It's very dynamic. Usually when you're with electronics, you're looking, there's a lot of dead space in there, what I mean, like, so having a low noise floor in a lot of the solid state stuff usually helps create that vision that they're doing in the mix. But this amplifier, because the noise floor is so low, I think it still portrayed a really good job in that aspect. And in this track, there's this sound. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of like there's things two rocking back and forth. If any one of you knows what that is, comment below. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I do know that I've never heard it that pronounced before. This is coming from listening to this song on multiple speakers, on multiple systems. It just created this more like kind of like holographicness to it. I don't know, it just seemed so much more present than I've ever heard it before.
I did find if you do listen to a lot of EDM, like myself sometimes, I do find if you're looking for that nice quick attack, maybe the I50 isn't the best at that. What the I50 does right for me just takes the cake.
Yeah.
The Audio Research I50 we both recommend for a small to medium room. And a more efficient speaker, you're going to get more volume. Our PMCs that we have, we didn't reach a really high peak because they're quite inefficient. What I personally love about the i50, it really brings the all-in-one simplistic approach to tubes now. So I really love that you can add a DAC and it has the phono stage. It's really an all-in-one, amazing sounding little amplifier.
The one thing I like about this audio research is that it will play all genres of music, as we kind of talked about earlier. So even if you're playing EDM, playing acoustics, anything, this I think will play well. Just make sure when you're matching your speakers, you're gonna want something a little bit higher sensitivity on there. I'm eager to try this, for example, on a pair of Tannoys. I think it's gonna sound awesome, especially the dual concentric ones, and so many other amplifiers. This is one that I think I need to maybe explore a little bit more and see what might be more ideal for this amplifier.
I like this amp so much, I dress to match.
So after all these years, I will definitely say this was really worth the wait. This is the first attempt at audio research releasing considered entry by the brand. Anything, it still feels really premium, and it was definitely worth just everything. Yeah.
Thanks for watching our video on the Audio Research i50. If you have any questions about the i50 or any other tube gear you want us to have a look at, let us know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.